Coming up on Good Morning Wilmington Live, founder and national executive director of I Am My Sister's Keeper, Charlotte Miller Lacy stops by the plaza to talk about what it really means to be your sister's keeper. Plus, representatives from the 100 Black Men of Delaware organization, William Coates and Lovell Kosh are on the plaza to talk about the importance of men's health. Be sure to tune in Wednesday at 10 a.m. right here on DETV.
Good morning, Wilmington. What's going on? I'm your main man, Big Ive, the talk of the town, Mr. DETV. And it's hump day, thank goodness. But first of all, I'm here with my lovely, lovely co-host,
Vincenza, and good morning, Wilmington, and good morning, Ivan.
Good morning, Vincenza. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Today's October 12th.
Right.
Another special day.
Not just hump day.
Yes, not just hump day, but another special day in the Carieri Russo
household.
Another, I mean, it's Libra month, clearly,
Right.
but another special day in the Carieri Russo household. Guess whose birthday it is?
Margarita.
It is my sister, Margarita Carieri Russo's birthday. A shout out to Margarita. You say it so well.
Hey, I'm part of the family. I told you, from the south side of Italy.
It is Margarita's birthday. A shout out to her. We wanted to wish her a happy birthday. I hope that she has a beautiful, beautiful day.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the show without wishing the M to V&M's birthday?
That's right. That's right. So, happy birthday. I told you your brother and your mom was going to tweet on Monday's episode, and they did.
They did.
So shout out to the Carieri Russo family.
Right, for sure. But
hump day. What do you think?
So we've been super busy here at DETV because not only do we have the opportunity to promote so many events that are happening, not just in the city of Wilmington, but throughout the state of Delaware and in the tri-state area.
Right.
But there are so many things happening this month, especially. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Right. Domestic Violence Month. Awareness Month.
Right. It's we celebrated Indigenous Peoples Day on Monday.
Yep.
It is Italian American Heritage Month, but it is actually National Pizza Month. What do you think of that? How fitting.
Is Margarita going to bring us some pizza?
I know. I actually did try to see if I can make that work,
right.
But she has to man the fort at V&M Bistro this morning just so I could be here with you.
So is anything happening with V&M Bistro?
Yes. Okay.
So month?
In honor of National Pizza Month, we are offering 25% off for dine-in only, all of our pizzetas every Thursday. So join us every Thursday for dine-in only. We're offering 25% off all of our pizzetas.
How many people come to the restaurant and say, hey, you're the host? How many people do they do that?
I've been getting quite a few people. Yeah, I've been getting quite a few people, but it's kind of funny. My sister jokes about it all the time. I don't look like the girl you see on camera at the restaurant. No, I look like a totally different person.
She has a ball cap on. She looks like she's about to go play center field somewhere.
Right, I'm prepared for war. Let's go. Everyone's getting out of the way. Let's go. We got work to do here.
She's cussing at the chefs like, come on, get it together. Paisan, come on.
Well, I'm dressed for, I guess you would say it's work. Exactly. I'm running. I have my slip-resistant work shoes on. I have my work pants, my work shirt. Sometimes I wear a hat because I have to jump into the kitchen, so I'm able to float all around the restaurant. But it's just more practical. And I understood.
You don't want to dress like that serving pizza.
No, it's not practical. Plus, I always believe that if you want to perform well, you have to dress in the proper attire to perform well.
All right, so next week I want to see you come to the show in your pizza outfit.
In my pizza outfit.
25% off at V&M Bistro. Make sure you go. Tell them Vincenza sent you.
Yes, every Thursday for dine-in only. Very, very important. So make sure you join us every Thursday. Right. Now that we talked about all the exciting things that are that's happening in the month of October, there's another exciting thing that we love to talk about every October.
What's
Halloween.
That? Oh, God.
So has Maddie decided what she wants to be for Halloween?
Maddie, my daughter is blessed, right? She's very creative. So last year she wanted to be a vampire. I don't know. She's a sweetheart, but like she's always wanted to be this dark character. It got me kind of worried now. You know what I mean? It's like she wanted to be a vampire, and then she wants to be a vampire like her mom. Her mom is a nurse. Want to be a vampire nurse? I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, what the heck? She said, Daddy, what you gonna be? I'm like, a parent, a working parent. That's what I'm gonna be. So I'm gonna show up with my suit on. But I don't. She's still trying to figure it out. But whatever she wants to go with, I'm all for.
Well, I hope that maybe we can have Maddie on the show, or you can let us know as we get closer to Halloween what she's going to be. And maybe
our Halloween special is going to be awesome. We should come up with bring Maddie, and you and I should have a
That's right, Halloween falls on a Monday.
Yeah, we should have a costume. So Najee, make it happen. All right.
Halloween special.
Whatever you would like to see us as, we have to compliment each other. Put it in the description below, and we'll consider it. We want to do something like real high level, Raggedy Ann and Andy.
And it has to be appropriate.
Yeah.
Remember, kid-friendly, has a family-friendly show, so it has to be appropriate.
Thank you.
But we would love to hear your suggestions if you have anything. Maybe you want to see us rock, so you never know.
Thanks for the appropriate, because someone will put in there something real crazy.
We don't need that. We don't need that.
All right. There's a couple events coming up this Saturday at 1 p.m. Open Streets at Banner Boulevard. Make sure you check that out. Saturday at 4:30, I have the Richard Rawl film showing album release concert. Oh, that's in D.C. So he's like, it must have worked extremely well. Now he's taking it
traveling.
To DC.
Good.
So there is the Calamar Nickel Ghost Ship.
Right. Oh, I've read about that, and actually that's pretty neat. The Calamar Nickel is something that's more of an iconic location. They have a museum right in the city of Wilmington, and you could just Google it. It's really, really beautiful what they've done to revitalize the Calamar Nickel and its history, but the fact that they're turning it into a ghost ship.
I'm cool.
I think that's kind of neat.
I'm cool.
Yes, I think that's definitely kind of neat.
That last boat ride, I'm good. I'm not jumping on that at all. I'm not even walking on it. I'm just ride by wave real fast.
Are there any parades happening?
So there is a parade on Main Street that is happening. I believe it's said the 30th, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check.
So Newark, in the city of Newark, they do have the Halloween parade. I've had the opportunity to participate many, many years ago, and it's a really nice turnout. So
is it nice?
Oh yeah, it's a really, really nice turnout. So they do that every year. Hopefully they have good weather, because I believe they will go forward with the parade, rain or shine. But again, find out more information. You probably could just go to Facebook and look it up, or even just Google, the city of Newark hosting the Halloween parade. It's probably the weekend, the weekend of Halloween or the weekend before Halloween, and they sometimes have it on a Sunday.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. Just double check to be sure, because how come Wilmington doesn't do a parade? I think a Halloween parade.
This is just my perception, right? I think Wilmington used to be a certain way about 20 to 30 years ago, but now there are more groups and more individuals that are doing things. So I think this is the time now to start those traditions, because you could go to New York, right, and you can have the Puerto Rican Day Parade, the Spanish Parade. You could have the Haiti Parade. You can have all types of parades.
Right,
I think this is the time to do it. And speaking of people with different backgrounds, I also want to hop on this event, the Indigenous Peoples event this Saturday at the Delaware Art Museum. So make sure you check that out. Iz was on Monday. Go back and look at Monday's episode.
Yes.
And it's talking about everything that the Delaware Art Museum is doing. So I think this is the time right now, Vincenza, that people can see that we are all one now, and we need to celebrate each other and everyone,
Love
right?
that.
Because the days of the old guard are no longer, they're edging out, and now it's time for us to be the reference point, be the ones that start a new tradition. So, and you got a lot of stuff happening here in Wilmington now. Have you ever seen Wilmington on a Saturday night?
It's rocking.
It's insane.
I mean, I haven't had the chance to go out recently, but I know because I have so many of my friends that are posting on Facebook. So it's so nice to see that, though, because especially coming out of the pandemic, to see so many restaurants and bars and places that are filled with guests and people coming together and gathering. I mean, it's really, really, I guess you would say, positive to see that, because that means people want to get back to doing things, and people want to get out, they want to support small businesses, and I love that. So it's really nice to see that we don't have to travel far to go to a nice restaurant or a nice bar or just a nice, just a nice place to gather, even if it's just for bowling or what is it, duck bowling at Wilma. Wilma, that's so fun, and or Main Event, which is the arcade and the arcade and bowling also. I believe they have laser tag. So there's so many.
You have laser tag?
It's fun. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun.
We should play laser tag.
Oh, good.
I'm not doing anything with Vincenza, because all she does is laugh when I was like, hey, Vincenza, we should go, like we had the guests on Monday, and like, hey, Vincenza, we should go do like the Boy Scouts and go like camping. And she looked at me like, bro, like, no, like these shoes, these feet are not hitting no nature. Like, Vincenza, we should try skydiving. Bruh, like, that's all she need to say. But anyhow.
No. Thank you, Ivan. I appreciate that.
Bruh.
I'll take a rain check.
Yeah, that's what she says. I'll take a rain check. But anyhow, we have some amazing capeless heroes in the building on the plaza today that I'm super excited to bring to the forefront. They're doing great things in the community. And I swear, can we please get some trophies? Capeless hero trophies. I'm talking about they could just stand there with the Superman or Superwoman stance with no cape, right? Because they do it when no one's watching, and it's just a part of them. And the first person that we have here is Charlotte Miller Lacy, founder of the she's the National Executive Director of I Am My Sister's Keeper here on the plaza. So I can't wait to talk to her and all the amazing things that she is doing within the girls' and women's lives here in the state and nationally. You see how I did that? Bam.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
All right, who else we got?
All right, then we have William Coates, the Vice President of Operations for 100 Black Men of Delaware, and Lovell Kosh, the owner of 3&D Sports Performance, but also here representing the Health and Wellness Chair for 100 Black Men of Delaware. So very excited to talk to them as well.
Okay, this is going. I'm telling you,
good show.
Good show. All right, we're gonna take a break real quick. I don't want to take a break, but they make me.
Yes.
We'll be right back with Charlotte Miller Lacy.
You got it.
That's it. I Am My Sister's Keeper here on the plaza.
Coming up on the plaza, founder of I Am My Sister's Keeper, Charlotte Miller Lacy.
A new beginning, a second chance. Call it what you want, but this is what never giving up looks like. This is what finding someone who believes in you looks like. I thought Goodwill was just a store until a friend told me about Train to Gain through Goodwill's Job Resource Center. After 5 years away, I had a lot of self-doubt and fear about my future. But Goodwill had my back, and today, I love where I work. They matched me with an employer who believes in second chances. And now, I have a new start thanks to Goodwill.
To learn more about Goodwill's career development opportunities, call today.
Let DART do the driving. DART First State provides transportation that is clean, safe, reliable, and affordable. Plan your trip and get real-time bus information with the free DART Transit app. Scan your phone to pay your fare with the free DART Pass app. So what are you waiting for? Try transit today. Visit dartfirststate.com or call 1-800-652-DART.
Welcome back. Our first guest this morning is a woman who believes behind every successful woman is a tribe of other successful women who have her back. And she has dedicated her life to that statement. Please welcome to the plaza the founder of I Am My Sister's Keeper, Miss Charlotte Miller Lacy. How are you? Welcome.
I am absolutely wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I'm excited.
You excited? We've been on a roll now, just meeting wonderful people that are doing great things.
Yes.
So this right here is just a beautiful lady doing a beautiful thing. So, okay, Miss Lacy, now we got that out of the way.
Okay.
We're gonna act like we don't know each other. Okay.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What is I Am My Sister's Keeper?
So, I Am My Sister's Keeper is a mentoring program for young girls ages 6 to 24.
Oh, wow.
Monday was International Day of the Girl. I Am My Sister's Keeper has every day as National Day of the Girl to help them grow, thrive, and find out their why, who they are. It always amazes me when I hear people say, be your authentic self. At 12, what is that? You know, how are you being
Right.
authentic? I see her over there, I like her hair. The other lady over here, I like her boots, and I put that on, and that becomes me. But I'm still not figuring out who I am. I'm just picking some things. You know, I like her music because she seems to be popular with everybody, okay? So I'm gonna like that music too. So you start pulling on those type of things. So you're not really finding out who you are.
Right.
I Am My Sister's Keeper have established that through relationship building, exposure, and opportunity is the way to find out your authentic self and who you are. And we make sure we do that through a mentoring program. This program actually started out of alternative placement. So I was the director of student services for Parkway Academy. And alternative placement is where our children are taken out their comprehensive school and sent to alternative placement to, quote, get it right. And then they're sent back. So this was happening, and what I saw were girls that were coming back. It was like a revolving door. And I'm like, wait a minute, you know, these girls are smart. You know, they seem to know what they want to do or whatever. Something's happening that's having them come back. How can I help? And I thought about my own life. I was raised by a village of women, from my grandmother on down, aunts, cousins, the neighbors. They had a part in who I am and saying, you know what, you like this, or I see you doing this. They kept picking out things, and I was like, I do like that. I do like talking to people. But it was, again, going through that labyrinth with them. I Am My Sister's Keeper was established that way. We established it through a tea party. So the young girls, I invited them to lunch, and I said, we're gonna talk and find out how I can help you. So when they went into the conference room, they were like, Miss Lacy, it's a big party going on there. You know, we shouldn't be in there. I said, no, that's for you. Oh, because you're important to me. So there was silverware, there were table settings, there were flowers, music, food that wasn't in boxes or pizza or anything that was there.
Right.
So they were really, this is for me? Yes, because you deserve that. You're special to me. And we started talking, and what came out of that was, they were being moved around like chess pieces. Well, she said this about me and I didn't like it and whatever. I said, well, is that you? And they were like, no. I said, well, do you identify with that? No, Miss Lacy, whatever. I said, well, it's something. And I said, so the way we're gonna figure that out is that we're gonna bring a team with you. We're gonna bring a village to help you. And I invited women in from every walk of life. And I said to them, I know you have impressive resumes. You may be doctor, lawyer, state representative, teacher, whomever, but I need you to be that authentic woman that let these girls know how you started and where you got to today. Right. One of the things I love about Michelle Obama with her book, she says, I'm still becoming. We're all still becoming. And sometimes girls look at us and they think, well, they've arrived, they don't know. We're still moving, you know, and I tell them I'm 63 and I'm still finding me, you know, finding out who I am. But I've been blessed with mentors and women. So what I ask the women to do, if there was a connection, that you connect and continue to mentor these girls. Right. And mentoring to me is a stacking effect because we change. Right. So we have many mentors. I Am My Sister's Keeper started with a tea party with 8 girls and about 15 women. We have now grown, this is our 7th year that we're going to, and we just had our annual 7th year tea party last Saturday, and we had over 300 people with girls from our chapters.
From 8 to 300.
Yes.
Wow.
So okay.
Yes.
Again.
I'm sure everybody looked so exquisite
Beautiful.
at this tea party. The gloves, the hats, probably. Oh, I could so see that.
Exactly.
I know you had a
Go ahead,
question.
go ahead.
I know. I was enjoying the background and the history because it's important to share your story. It's important to share how it all started because, like you said, you're mentoring. You never know who you'll inspire, and that you're still, you know, becoming. Yes. Even though you're beautiful at 63, beautiful at 63. But I love that you said that. Yeah. Because I started to think and I started to compare to myself and I started to relate and I said, you're right. some people tell me, oh, you arrived, you're successful, you're there. And I'm like, oh, I don't think so. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. And I love that you said it takes a village and the support system you're creating amongst all these women. Now, I do have a question for you. Is it is it a membership program? Do you have to pay to be a part of it? Because that, I'm sure there are many that are interested.
This is true. So our first year, we didn't charge anything.
Okay.
Our second year, we charged a $15, I think, no, it was $25 application fee. And actually, it was for the buy-in. Okay. We meet first Saturday and third Saturday of every month.
Okay.
We meet from 9 until 12:30. It's consistent. I tell the girls, if it's a snowstorm, if they close the city down, then we're not meeting. Other than that, put your snow boots on, because our staff will be there. So,
I love
and
that.
you know, we have to be consistent,
Right.
and
Yeah,
that's what our
absolutely.
youth are looking for. They're looking for people who will tell them something and they see it and they're modeling it and they're being consistent with what they do. That's how I am my sister's keeper. We're consistent in what we do and what we say. So the staff is there 8 o'clock in the morning fixing breakfast.
Nice.
Because the girls, everyone that comes in, part of that is having breakfast. Sitting down, talking to each other, because we're trying to break down some barriers. We don't know what type of situation they've come out of their house with, you know, if they're upset or something like that. We believe in connection before content. So we have to connect before we're able to pour into our girls. What better way to do that over a hot breakfast?
And that's what I was going to ask you, Ms. Lacy, Mrs. Lacy, is that right there, your social impact, right, as a nonprofit,
Yes.
how is it affecting, say, some of your participants?
So let me tell you, the biggest, I guess, the way that it's impacting or affecting are girls who graduated out of the program and now coming back.
Okay.
Who are volunteering.
Right.
That's beautiful.
So we have some girls, again, who are at DSU and
Right.
some of the colleges. They're coming back.
Right.
And they're like, we want to give back because
Nice.
you were selfless in giving to us.
Give me your most touching story.
Most touching story. There's a young lady. She came to our program and she, you know, through a cousin, and she was just sitting very quiet, very quiet. And we would try to talk to her. She would give us one answer or something. She kept coming back. And one Saturday, she said, I want to join. I was, okay, you can join, like that, whatnot. And so she started coming, and we started seeing her coming out of her shell. We were at a meeting, and at that time, it was Councilwoman Sherry Dorsey Walker came to our meeting, and she came, she said, do you know who that young lady is? I said, no, I mean, she's a part of I Am My Sister's Keeper, like that. She said, she is one of the biggest gang members in the city of Wilmington.
Wow.
Whatever she says happens and goes. And I'm like, huh? Like, this young lady right here? She said, yes. Like that. She finished the program. She's graduated out of high school. And she said, you saved my life.
Wow. Wow.
She continues to come back, and she makes sure that her sisters and other family members
Nice.
are a part of I Am My Sister's Keeper. Wow. And she comes back every year to kind of talk to them, will come and volunteer when she can, whatnot. That's my biggest story, but there are many,
I'm
many
sure.
more.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Many
I'm
more.
sure. I appreciate you sharing that story with us and our viewers, because clearly your program has such a incredible impact on the young, on all the young women that come through it, and the fact that you are able to change someone's path or decision making or provide them support. And I think that is something that I always say that we're lacking in our youth, but I think that we've come a long way. I think there are many mentor programs, not just for young women, for young men as well. I think we've come a long way. Looking back at when I was younger, I wish there were more mentor programs offered for me. I was very fortunate. I did have a great support system, my mom and my dad and my brothers and my sister. But having a mentor outside the family, I think is just way more impactful. And to have this opportunity available to so many young women for so long. You said 7 years now?
This is our 7th year.
7 years.
7 years.
And many more to come.
Many more.
Many
I
more.
think one of the exciting parts are listening to the parents and the mothers that say, Miss Lacy, I wish I had a program like this when I was coming up. You know, and they say, and what they say, our daughter. That's what they're saying now, like our daughter.
Right.
We're supposed to say, oh, she graduated, like our daughter graduated. I was like, yes.
I can only imagine that the number of that you're getting for people graduating, the kids graduating.
Yes.
Let me ask you, the program, what programs do you offer and what are the age groups?
So we have a lot of new ones since we first started. So when we originally started, it was 12 to 18.
Okay.
But then some of the little girls, like their sisters or siblings and whatnot. And then I have granddaughters. I have 8 granddaughters. Like, and they were like, I want to be an MSK girl. It was like, oh, like, so we started MSK, Next Generation Confidence Club. And that's girls for 6 to 11.
Okay.
So it's building self-esteem, and we're also introducing STEAM early to our girls. That's science, technology, with STE,
AM,
Right,
that's amazing.
Through the program with them. So they're starting to learn the technologies early, science and technologies early in the program. Our next program is 6 to 11.
Right.
And then we have our 12 to 14, which are our future change makers. And then we have 15 to 18, which is our dream chasers. And then we have 18 to 24 as next chapter because they've graduated
I love
now.
these names.
They're going on to do great things. They're
love
either,
that.
some of them are mothers now. They have households that they're putting together, and a lot of them are now in college and they're second year and whatnot. I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my goodness. But it amazes me how my cell phone just continues to ring. Hey, Miss Lacy, you know what? Remember what we said that happened? This would happen in group or whatever, and this is how we do that. I did it, and it was okay. I was able to get through this, or I did this, or I reached out to that person. I know you say make sure someone hears my voice, and I was able to tell them or show them, and that just, yes.
Right.
Yes.
Charlotte, you can tell that they trust you.
Yes.
And that's important,
It is.
building trust,
It
that
is.
they can call upon you, whether it's to share something good or share
Right.
something not so
Exactly.
good.
Exactly.
And that's, I think, lacking, and the mentorship program is very, very important to have. But I think your program is even more empowering because you're empowering women of all different ages.
I'm sitting here thinking like,
Maddie
what
needs
is Maddie doing
I was
this
just going to say, I was like, Maddie needs to join.
Yes.
Because
I love that.
Because one of the things, Vincenza, what works well is representation, right? And when you have, like, I have a daughter that's 9 years old. She needs to see someone outside of her mother, right? And like, doing great things. And along with people, her age and her background doing it as well. It's like herd mentality, right? And I think that it would be definitely great. I was really sitting here thinking like, if I move Maddie from cheering to have her be a part of this, because this in development, she's developing and trying to find, this morning, I'm getting her dressed for school. And her mom calls and says, Maddie's been picking out her own clothes. She likes these, she likes bell-bottom pants now, and she likes this now, and she likes that. And I'm like, and when you said it, I'm like, yeah, she's trying to find herself. And I was like, oh my gosh. But as men, right, we don't understand how you ladies think. And I'm like, yeah, she really is trying to find herself. So I get it. Okay, don't worry about it. I'll sign up.
Sign her up right away.
Sign her up.
I'm sorry, Charlotte, the name of the programs, did you name these programs and create them yourself, or was there a team of people?
So when I initially started this, I had a program for women, and it was called My Sister, My Friend, I Celebrate You. My girlfriend and I had been friends since kindergarten, and my in-laws were celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary, and they said to each other, we've been together 50 years, we should have some kind of celebration, a girlfriend celebration. So we started pulling that together and bringing women together who were celebrating each other. And I think we picked up breast cancer awareness, women who were, we would give an award out to women who were breast cancer survivors. And we started with that, and the women were 25 and older. Working through Parkway Academy, I said to them, listen, I want to start another program. I Am My Sister's Keeper for girls who are 12 and up. Because the stories that were coming out of the groups that I was in, women at 25 and up do not know their why. They're trying to figure out themselves. And what I said was, I want to stop this story right here. I don't want the next generation coming around saying, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what my why is. I don't know what my purpose is. Let's start early, and then maybe we can cut that curse, whatever, or something that's there.
What's your why?
My why is because I had so many people who poured into me. And like I said, I may not have understood it at that time, but as my life started to pan out and plan, I understood it then. They were in my life to drop jewels that I was being able to put in my toolbox. And that's what we talk with the girls about, that helped me through processes. And that's my why. When I see a young lady who have evolved and they say, Miss Lacy, it's because of this program. It was different. And I asked them that, I'm like, why are you not in this program? And I was naming different. They was like, that's not for me. And I was like, why? Because they needed to find out who they were. And that's what I Am My Sister's Keepers does. We go through a rites of passage with our girls. So this year, our rites of passage is get fit, mind, body, and spirit.
Oh, wow, I love that.
So we're taking in all of it, because if your money's not right, your mind is not right. You know, if your mind is not right, your body is not right. So there's a whole thing, you know, it's not just about losing weight or different things like that. It's get fit, mind, body, and spirit. So we're working with our girls this year, and we're real excited about that. I told them we're going to do the Markel Walk, that's 7 miles. You know, I said, Miss Lacy has done it.
No excuses.
Come on, no excuses.
Come on,
You guys
Vincenzo.
can do it.
Come on, Vincenzo. Let's hit up.
It's 7 miles one way. You know?
Come on, Vincenzo.
Come on, he's already pulling me.
Ivan always likes to volunteer me for things. I love, don't get me wrong, I love supporting events. But anything that's going to really push my endurance to another level. He's like, come on, Vincenzo. Just like he volunteered me for the polar bear plunge. Let's put Vincenzo in ice cold water.
Look, Miss Charlotte, look, can you tell, this is the community camera.
Yes.
Tell them about the event that you have coming up and invite them.
Yes, so the event that we have coming up is December 3rd. And this is with a lot of different nonprofits as well, female-led nonprofits. And this is all about, again, the International Day of the Girl. We're extending that through the year. So this is our Get Fit, Mind, Body, and Spirit. It's December 3rd from 11 o'clock until 4 o'clock. You can actually go on our social media pages to see what it is. And just come out, just register for it. It's just $10 to register. But it is filled with a wealth of understanding and knowledge for that day. We're going to have a good time.
Awesome.
Good luck with
and
the
Vincenzo and I
event.
will be for that walk.
Yes, we're going to have a great time.
Thank you so much for coming. Can you let us know, like, the website?
Okay.
What's the website?
So our website is www.iammsk.org.
Awesome.
Can I tell you about something else that we have?
Go ahead.
Okay, so we're announcing this today.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So I Am My Sister's Keeper again.
Is this an exclusive?
This is an exclusive.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I Am
We're
My
listening.
Sister's Keeper is so excited. We finally have our own building to put our name on.
Come on.
Wow.
So the
Look at
building will be my MSK Community Center.
Girl, stop.
So we're opening up a community center. Not just for girls, this is for everyone. This is from youth to seniors. We want to bring everybody in to make this building a beacon in the 6th District of Wilmington, Delaware.
Wow.
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it? I'm telling you, we asked for a building, he gave us a mansion. I'm gonna tell you. So
Yeah,
we are so
Congratulations.
excited. We are so excited about this new building. If you go by 1009 Sycamore Street, you will see our pink doors.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And being though that you're a nonprofit, I want to put this in there also because it's very important.
Yes.
You're a nonprofit. You do take donations.
We
right?
do take donations. Yes,
Okay.
you can go on our website, www.iamsk.org. We're asking for this building. We're trying to bring this building up. And as we said, make it the beacon in the community. So we're looking for your time, your talent, and your treasures. So we need electricians, carpenters, painters, anyone that wants to volunteer or, again, give money, we're open for that. We need it.
We're here
But
for
again, we're ready to shine. We're
There
ready
you
to
go.
do some big things in the 6th District.
I can't wait. I can't
We're
wait to bring you
excited.
back on and even in a year's time to hear the progress and what
Yes.
you're doing, because for the last 6 years, 7 years,
7
you've been
years
doing
now.
some amazing stuff. Like
Thank you.
every time
Thank
I'm out
you.
and I see you, so it doesn't even surprise me. So again, thank you so much for
Thank
what
you
you're
for
doing.
having me.
Thank you,
I
Sean.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
All right, Vincenza, at it again.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes.
I love this.
This
I
is-
love my sister's keeper. I
Yeah.
am my sister's keeper. I am very, very excited to see how the organization grows and thrives in the community.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's something that's going to be known statewide and in the tri-state area and even nationally. I think this is only the beginning.
Yeah, this is the very beginning
I
for
think
them.
it's only the beginning.
All right.
Several chapters.
Do you?
We have a chapter that's in Chester, PA.
Okay.
Oh.
We have another chapter that's in Dover. We have a chapter in Atlanta. We have people that are inquiring in
I
Philadelphia.
guess that answers your
Yeah,
question. I
that's
guess,
it's
I
already
guess that's
there.
already national.
Yes.
It's already national.
That's what makes it national.
There you go.
There you
There you
go.
go. All right.
All right, well, we got to keep going on with the show, but before we do, we have to take a quick commercial break.
I don't want to take a break.
We have to take a
I
break
wanna take a
because
break.
we have two gentlemen that are going to talk about another organization that we're very excited to talk about. 100, I think, believe it's 100
Black Men.
Black Men of Delaware.
All right, we'll be right back. I can't wait to talk to them. This is like a nice little thing we got going on, isn't it? All right.
Still to come, 100 Black Men of Delaware's William Coates and Lovell Kosh.
How did DETV start and how did you get here?
DETV started approximately 10 years ago in the basement of my home. I had an idea to show people of color doing great things, but what happened was I got to the point that I said, I'm gonna just show people all together doing great things. The motto and the moral was to bring people together instead of using media to rip people apart. And doing that, you know, I just did a lot of hard work, a lot of free stuff, a lot of things of just showing people being themselves. I figured that media, and I saw that media wasn't doing that, so I just decided to give it a shot, not knowing that it would bring me to where I am today. I had a great, great journey doing it, met some amazing people, did some amazing things, worked on some amazing projects, you know, and with just a lot of hard work and a bunch of sacrifice, I'm here today. I done worked on everyone's campaign in the state of Delaware, and now, you know, I'm just doing what I do and doing it with friends. My biggest accomplishment right now would have to be, this, hands down, without a doubt. We want to make sure that we inform the community wholeheartedly. So again, they can have all the information that they need. For more information, you can find us at detvch.com. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Twitter and Facebook under DETV. Be sure to check us out. Tell me what you think.
Welcome back, everyone, to DETV's Good Morning Wilmington. Our next guests on the plaza are two men who believe in the power of unity and health, especially as it pertains to Black men here in the First State. We have the Vice President of 100 Black Men of Delaware, Mr. William Coates, and the owner of 3&D Sports Performance, Lovell Kosh, who actually is the Health and Wellness Chair. Welcome, gentlemen.
Welcome.
Glad to be here.
Yes, we're so happy you're here. But before we dive into everything, let's get right to the point. What is 100 Black Men of Delaware?
Well, I'm glad you asked. The 100 Black Men of Delaware is a newly formed chapter of a national organization, the 100 Black Men of America.
Okay.
Within the organization, we have 110 chapters throughout the country and a couple overseas. We have about 10,000 members, and I would say we've impacted about 20,000 young men over our time in existence. We are new. We just got chartered in June.
Very new.
And we're off and running. This young man here, I asked him to be the Health and Wellness Chair. He came up with a plan the next time I talked to him.
That's awesome. Doesn't surprise me. I've had the opportunity
Yeah,
to meet
Lovell,
Lovell, and I was again. We hit it off right away. We clicked. We were very involved in the community, and it doesn't surprise me. But you got a good one.
Oh, yes.
You got a
Oh,
good
yes.
one. It
Oh,
doesn't
yes.
surprise me that he hit the ground running.
Yes, he did.
So, well, before we go into what you put together as far as health and wellness, let's talk more about the mission for the organization and what it is.
Okay. The national organization has 4 pillars, which we all have to adopt as a chapter. So our pillars are education, leadership, economic empowerment, and mentorship. So each chapter has to have some programs that hit those targets. Our biggest program right now is mentorship, because we have, that's what we really do, that's mentorship. So we have 2 great guys doing our mentorship program. Then we reach out to these other gentlemen like Lovell, and now we're going to kick off our health and wellness, because those are things that we have to do. We have to take care of ourselves, we have to take care of each other. Our motto is, what they see is what they'll be.
Right, right.
And that's what we try to do.
So in 100 Black Men, we all of us understand that there's a lot of elements that we suffer from, and that's why I guess the health and wellness is adopted for 100 Black Men. What's your plan for getting the message, or what are you covering first, and to get the message to the Black men that's involved? Because like myself, 47 years old, working through, I'm not saying suffering, working through being diabetic, you know, like. And those are a lot of things, because Black men don't go to the doctors.
We really don't.
You know what I mean? So and I see why it's important that, you know, the Wonder Twins have powered up 100 Black Men in Lovell. like what programs do you have in mind for the messaging for these Black men?
I think first you have to meet people where they are. You can't go into a room and say, okay, no more meat, no more fried food. This is too extreme. You know, I don't want to go 0 to 100. I want to go 0 to 30. And then maybe 45, and then slowly we'll get to maybe 80, you know. So a couple things that we have in stores. First, we'll have our 5K. It's actually funny you say diabetic. We're going to have our first annual Diabetes Awareness Month 5K at Glasgow Park, November 5th. So it's going to be a fun run. I mean, it's going to be a 5K. We'll have family theme events. We'll have different medals for the finishers. And it's going to be a good event, you know, showing people that health and wellness doesn't have to be working out for hours or extreme diets. It can just be as simple as going for a leisurely walk with your family, or if you're a runner, going for the 5K, and there's, you know, an opportunity to be around other like-minded people, get out and have a good time. And then also, we're planning an event in December called Man Up. So it's going to be a health fair. We're going to have professionals from the healthcare sector test the men. Now, this is only men, because we need a space that we can come and feel comfortable, feel vulnerable, understand that it's only going to be us doing the test, administering the test. We're also going to have barbers coming in, giving their haircuts. You know, I'm a big believer, if you look good, you feel good.
Right.
You know,
you feel good, you play good.
That's it. You know,
prime time, baby.
You know, I'm going to say it, Coach Prime. Yeah. So absolutely. So that's going to be in December. And like I said, we already have some healthcare professionals on board, along with barber. We're finding a healthy food vendor. We can't have an event and, you know, give out the food.
Fried chicken over there, macaroni and cheese over there, casket over there.
So there's events I can have that kind. We'll have good food, and then we'll also have a press conference with some notable figures throughout the community talking, and just to make people understand, like, this is something that we can't put on the back burner any longer.
Right. Absolutely. And let me ask you, the organization, the ultimate goal for 100 Black Men is what?
Impact. That's what motivates me. You asked another guest what was their why, and that's my why. I want to make a positive impact on young men. I'm going to say young Black men, but really I'm a retired military guy, and I impact everybody I worked with, regardless of ethnicity. So, but I'm in an organization now that is focused on Black men, but I think we can share our information to everybody. So impact. When we get done, when we get really started with Delaware, and we are from Wilmington all the way down all 3 counties, we want to have an impact, a positive impact on the communities.
First of all, let me say thank you for your service. Really appreciate that. That's very important. We celebrate our vets around here. I know what I mean? So thank you for that.
I agree, and I appreciate you making sure that you thanked Mr. Williams for your service and what you're doing. But I'm sure with your experience and everything that you've been through, you're able to give back and give knowledge and wisdom to all the young men that you encounter. And I think that's valuable in itself. Valuable in itself, and that you want to talk and you want to give back and you want to make an impact. And I think that is so, so important. We talk about this all the time on the show about the importance of mentorship, but the lack of resources and availability for our young men.
Right.
I do see that there are more resources available for the women, but not as many for the men.
Because I think Vincenza, it's because people think we're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Right. Like I remember growing up, young boys in the black community. I can only speak as a black boy growing up. It was never how do you feel. It was wipe your tears and get back out there and fight again. You know, it wasn't. We weren't coddled into it's going to be all right. So, and maybe that might be something why we don't go to the doctors, because we know it's going to be all right. You know, but growing up, and I call it the sandbox theory. That in the sandbox growing up, you have a white girl, little white girl, little white boy, little black boy, black girl, and we are all raised different. And in that, we are groomed to be like, just go out there, toughen up, don't get the fight. And our black daughters are the same way. Get up, wipe your tears. You don't need a man. Get out there, get fighting. And now we have organizations that see that, such as 100 Black Men. My Sister's Keeper, that's like, let's do something different, because how they were growing up, it was a village. It was Miss Sarah down the street, who was the school teacher in the community. It was the dentist that was in the community. And now we are making it like our generation, Lovell, my generation, are like, we learn from his generation, like, now let's make an impact. We can make a bigger impact. And even if we don't get the money from the government, we'll do it ourselves, you know. And like you said, it's about mentorship. Why is, and I have an answer, but I want to hear your answer. Why is mentorship so important in the black community?
Role models. I really didn't have a bunch of role models when I was coming up, and some of the role models I did have weren't leading me in the right direction.
Right.
So I had to put a check on that. But one of the things I think is important for young people to understand is that this box that people put us in, and particularly black men, they can expand that box. And you can take it to emotions and feelings. Almost every young man who I talk to, I try to explain to them that there's other emotions besides happy and angry. There's a lot of stuff in between that, but we don't always know how to get to that. But I found that once you make them understand that it's okay to be disappointed or to be sad or have your feelings hurt or be embarrassed, of course you'll get over that. You don't have to go to angry every time. So that's one of the philosophies I use in my mentoring, is that you have a wide spectrum of feelings and emotions and intellect that you can use, other than some of the things that you were taught in your limited capacity growing up sometimes. So
interesting, interesting perspective that you are having the conversation with these young men that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be okay. It's okay not to be okay. But there are so many other ways of expressing that. And I think just having that conversation is healthy for our young men. I really feel, and you said it right, and I think it's just for men in general. My father is 100% Italian, and the old school mentality is, they don't cry, they only get angry. Stay quiet or angry. There's no in the middle, and there's no crying involved. And you just get up and go to work. There's no complaining, nothing. You just get up and go to work. And I think that times are different now. And I look back at growing up, and my father, he was either quiet or angry. There was no in between, and it was a man of a few words. So, but I always believe that, things are different now, and it's okay to show other ways of expressing yourself. And I think it's healthy. And I think it's healthy for everyone to know that. And I love that you are offering this type of education and resources with this program. Now, the 100 Black Men of Delaware, we'll call it the Delaware chapter, 100 Black Men of Delaware chapter, are you accepting memberships, or are you accepting people to sign, or can they sign up? Is there a way to
how can they get involved?
Yes, exactly. How can they get involved?
We have a major event coming up in a couple of weeks where, excuse me, the national chairman for the 100 Black Men of America is coming to actually pin all our members. After we get this pinning done, we're going to fine-tune our membership process and start intaking other members. Right now we have members who are doctors. We don't have any lawyers yet, I don't think, but we have the gamut of professionals within the organization, and we're always looking. But we want guys who want to commit. So we're going to have a process where you got to show us that you want to be here.
Okay.
Because you can do more damage by coming in and going back out
Right.
than just coming in and staying. So yes, stand by. We will be having intake.
Because I'm sure there's some viewers tuning in that
I
are
know a couple
eager,
black men.
that are very eager to be a part of the organization. And I'm sure, I mean, just how many incredible black men that come on the show. The list is going through my mind. I'm like, oh, they would benefit, or they would love it, or they would be a great resource to, to connect. It's almost like a networking opportunity as well.
Absolutely.
So it's not just an opportunity to inspire and learn, but to network.
Mentoring first.
Mentoring first.
Networking on that side.
I like that. I like that. Mentoring first and the networking on the other side. I like that.
And just like you were saying, the mentoring part is so important because people just don't know. You know, you don't know what you don't know. And I was fortunate to have a two-parent household and have coaches. And, at my gym, 3D, every day I'm able to be a mentor to my athletes. I had one athlete, obviously I won't say his name, who had a severe injury, and he was on the phone just crying. You work your whole life to go to an opportunity, you get injured, and things just happen. It's part of the game, and I'm talking to him, and thankfully he was able to come back, and we was working what have you, but it's tough to be vulnerable in front of your friends, especially as an athlete, and especially, to be honest, as black men. So I think it's important to have different role models who fit different descriptions, not always the tough coach. You need someone who's maybe a little easier to talk to, maybe a little soft-spoken, to have different outlets, and that's I think what 100 Black Men does.
Yeah, I was on the first couple calls when Brandon Bryce, Marquivas, when it first started, and it was just listening to like the mission and listening to what like you said earlier, they were trying to put it together. It's just an amazing thing to have. Just in the community alone, and just to be a part of it. Like I think we was on the phone probably about like 35, 40 men just saying, hey, we have to make an impact. We have to
Marquivas and Brandon are
Marquivas
great guys.
Marquivas is the chair. Right. And,
that's
just
such a great person to have.
right. So it was just something to hear and to be a part of. Like, so I can't wait to see what the future entails, because it's a lot of boys, a lot of men that just need, direction. And someone to say, it's all right to cry. It's all right. But let me show you how to get through that. Let me show you how to handle that situation.
In a healthy way.
In a healthy way.
A healthy way. And that's where you come in, Lovell, I'm sure. But you mentioned it earlier, and I think we should touch on this. What is 3D Performance?
So
we didn't get a chance to really dive into that as much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for asking. So we're a sports performance facility working with athletes from the high school to pro level, and we do a lot of college preparation for our younger athletes. And then we work with adults too. We call them our infinite athletes. Once an athlete, always an athlete.
That's right.
That's it. Little hot tub time machine. and yeah, we do a lot of work that's most different than most gyms. I do things called office injuries. The shoulders, the wrist, the neck. Because at the end of the day, at a certain age, you want to leave the gym feeling good. You don't want to leave feeling beat up, and then you just feel discouraged to go back. And there's a lot of people who are just regular people. There's no Wonder Woman, the Superman there. This is, regular moms and dads. They come in, they drop their kids off, they work out themselves, and then from there, we've been able to have a lot of success. We have a lot of different programs. Our most successful programs are 6-week vertical jump program, teaching the athletes how to jump higher. We had one athlete, he gained 5 inches on his vertical in 6 weeks.
Wow.
I had to retest him, because I was like...
Yeah, you go pro quick with that.
Yeah. Wow. He's doing really well now.
A young athlete?
He goes to Sally. His name is Kareem Thomas. He's doing really well now. His coach told me that he's having a lot of success. He's starting to get some college attention now.
That's amazing.
So it's nice to help the athletes. I'm not really a jumper myself, so I'm glad I'm able to give them that
all
technique.
All the skills and the technique, right.
How can people get in contact with you, Lovell, about any questions?
Yeah, absolutely.
Even to join?
Absolutely. So 3D Sports Performance is our name, spelled out 3AND Sports Performance. We're on Instagram as 3ND or 3ndsportsperformance.com. It's funny, my fiance played basketball in Europe, in Spain and France. So she's the 3-point shooter. I'm the D, the defender.
Oh, yeah, I knew it was so much.
Yeah.
You had to throw it in there like my fiance.
You better give credit where it's due. She's tuning in right now. I'm like, you better mention
She about to
me.
throw all his stuff outside. She's like, go ahead, you got one time to answer it right. No.
But that's beautiful. That you're a team, and you're with your skills and all the knowledge that you have, you're bringing it together to help future athletes to really thrive in their career if they want to pursue a career in the athletics.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful. You're able to provide those skills. Again, both of you are providing skills and mentorship, obviously, to not obviously men, black men, but also athletes. And again, amazing.
Yeah.
They're able to come together and team up.
So can y'all come back and tell us like how everything is going? Like keep us updated with 100 Black Men?
We're going to see you at the 5K, right?
Yes! She's getting a kick out of that. She getting a kick out of that.
It's a run walk. I'm
good with that.
Run walk.
Run, drive. Slow. No, I'm good.
I'm going to say yes.
No,
we would love to come back.
I want to make sure that we keep,
give you a progress report of what we're doing.
A progress report. You know what? I'm going to take that. Yeah, I like that. A progress report. What's going on? I want to keep people informed and keep you out in front of what's happening. Keep people let people know what's going on with 100 Black Men because it's important. It's just important, you know, and it's everything from financial freedom and then health and also health and wellness. So it's a lot that's going to be on this table that a lot of men are going to receive. So.
And Ivan, we're very fortunate that we have a platform to get the word out and get the message out. And it's important that you do come back on the show to continue the conversation. And we're very, very honored that we're able to give you that platform to speak on this because it is important, and it's also very, very important to hear the progress. Because people want to hear, but also you never know who you're inspiring and continuing to inspire.
Yeah, it could be a guy now that someone watching and they don't know what to do in life. They feel like they're at a dead end because I know as a black man that I used to feel like I was at a dead end in my life. And I can imagine you guys probably felt the same way. I didn't have someone that could say, hey, wake up, get out of bed, keep going. It was just like, okay, what do? I had to motivate myself to an extent, right? So I think that when we had to do things like this and interview people like them, and again, Charlotte Lacy, that are taking the time out their busy lives to inspire and give an impact to someone that they do not know is such a beautiful blessing in life. I mean, I'm just grateful to sit here with you two,
Yes, me too.
To talk to you about what you got going on because one, it takes a lot of courage. Two, it takes just a lot of who you are, you know, to give your time. That's one thing that we don't get back. You know, we can make money, we can do this, but you're not getting your time back. And giving your time back to a community that don't know your name.
Right.
It's very, very. It's not just important. It's a salute to your character, as my grandmom used to say. You know, you're judged by your character, not what you have or what you do, or do things for, but what you do behind closed doors when no one's watching. So, again, gentlemen, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
One thing?
Oh, yes,
Go ahead,
please.
got it.
Okay, one of the things that kind of separates us from other chapters is the fact that we're not just focusing on college and white-collar jobs. We have a segment that we're working on to try to develop some blue-collar workers and some other skill sets that are probably more relevant to our community than the guy who works on Wall Street or works on Market Street, as a matter of fact. So we're really trying to fix that so that we can be very inclusive of everybody.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much again, gentlemen. Wow, Ivan, another great show.
Another
great show.
I love it.
I mean, I Am My Sister's Keeper. We had Charlotte Miller Lacy. We had the founder of the 100 Black Men of Delaware chapter, William Coates, and we had Lovell Kosh from 3&D Performance. He is the Health and Wellness Chair for 100 Black Men of Delaware, the Delaware chapter. So very, very excited to have everyone on the show to offer all of these great opportunities here in the state of Delaware.
All right, and special thanks to our sponsors, Dart Transit, Wi-Fi Internet Service, and Balance Strength and Fitness.
Yes.
You guys did it again. All right, let's get out of here and we'll see you on Monday. All right, good morning, Wilmington. As a matter of fact, put in the description who you want to see on next episode. We'll see you then.